I'm going to show you how to make a CMYK document and how to set that up and how the colors work for that. CMYK is for printing. So let's go to Create New and we're going to go to Print. Now notice how when I click on Print it already gives me 300 for the resolution. 72 is for a web document, 300 is for a print document. We can go ahead and make this smaller, so let's make it just 5 inches. If you need to change it to inches, that's right there. And we'll make the height 3. So 5, 3, 300. We want our color mode to be CMYK though, because that's going to be the print mode. And you can leave the background white. And then go up here to Preset Details and type your name, -CMYK, and then let's say Create. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in, Control plus. Notice how I have my character panel open. So if you go to Window, I have Character, and I have Properties, and I have Layers. Those are the 3 things that I'm going to be using for this. So let's type CMYK across here, 1 letter at a time. So get the text tool and click on here and type a C and press the check mark. Alright, now for the size on this, we're going to make the font impact, and this time let's make the font size 75. It's going to be a little smaller on this document since we have a smaller document. So press 75, enter, and then let's change the color. By the way, you can also do this over here. Change the color, and let's go over here where it says CMYK. Make the cyan 100, make this 0. This yellow 0, and K means black, make that 0 too. So you'll remember on RGB it was 255, but on CMYK it's percentages, so 100% is the maximum amount of cyan. So go ahead and say OK, and then let's get the move tool and just kind of move it over here in the center a little bit more. Alright, now we're ready for magenta, so click on your board and press a capital M, and then get the check mark. Let's get our move tool and move it over, and then let's change the color to magenta. So we're going to go over here to CMYK, and we're going to have 0% cyan and 100% magenta. Say OK. Now let's do yellow. So click here, type a capital Y, press your check mark, get the move tool, move it over here, and then click on the color either here or here. And make the cyan 0, the magenta, 0, and make the yellow 100. Say OK. Now let's do the black. Now in CMYK, the K stands for black. I have no idea why they didn't make it B. Maybe they thought people would think it was blue. But anyway, it's K is black. So let's go over here to the color and 0 everything out except for the black K 100. Alright, so you probably recognize this because if you ever put ink in a printer, you know that these are the colors that they use for printing. So the last thing we need to write on here is the resolution to help you remember that. So click on your text tool, click on the end and type resolution : 300. Click the check mark, and obviously we need to make this a lot smaller. You can just make it 30. Get your move tool and put it over here. Alright, so we have cyan, magenta, yellow, K, resolution 300. That is the specs for a print document. So the last thing you need to do is just type your name real quick on the bottom. Oops, I don't want to put my first name. This is Oaks. Click the check mark, and let's make the size just 15 is fine for that. And then get your move tool and put it over here. Then go to File, Save As, because we're going to make a JPEG. JPEG is Save As. So Format, JPEG. Normally we do Photoshop files, but for this, just a JPEG is fine. I need to put it on my desktop and say Save. Yes, I want to replace it because I had done another one earlier. And the quality doesn't really matter. I'm just going to leave it on 7. That's fine. Say OK. And then when you go to close this out, it's going to ask you if you want to save it because it wants to save a Photoshop file. And since we're not going to go back and edit this, just say don't save.